Hello everyone, it's your bud. In today's video, I'm going to be going through a build I made for the alien or the Xenomorph from the movie Alien, or Alien and Predator, or any of the other Alien movies. There's a ton of them. So, however, this is just my build for it. So to go through, there's a 6-level Sorcerer, 7 of Rogue, which is an Assassin, I believe, and 7 of Fighter. And the Fighter is, I think it's a Battle Master. Now, the terms for like specific things in this are going to be all over the place. My mind is just completely gone. It's a really rough day. So this is just a quick video. I'm just going to be sharing a build I made with you. So to start out, the Sorcerer is the Dragon Bloodline Sorcerer. And again, I'm not exactly sure on the term here, but there are multiple Sorcerers that you can choose, like one that's powered by the elements, ones that's powered by this or that, but this Sorcerer is powered by a Draconic Bloodline. And the Draconic Bloodline is that of a black dragon which has acid blood. So check one, we already have acid blood. And then at first level, you get some bonus health, and then you just have a like regular armor class. That's the AC 13. So at level 1 you just have like 13 for your armor class automatically because of the black dragon's scales. And then at level 6 you get to add your charisma to your acid spells. So it's, again, this is like based on the acid thing, and you can spend 1 point to gain 1 hour of acid resistance. So that way if you like cut yourself, then you can actually have more acid blood, but if you spend that 1 point, one of your sorcerer points, you can then have acid resistance to your own blood. Now there are 2 different meta magics that you're able to choose just with 6 levels of sorcerer, and this class doesn't work unless you have all of them together. So 6 of sorcerer, 7 of rogue, and 7 of fighter, and then it's a complete build. So it is really weak with just 6 levels of sorcerer, but for the 2 meta magics I chose heightened and quickened. So for heightened you can spend 3 points, and that way you can make an enemy at disadvantage for spell's first saving throw. Oh, sorry, I messed that up. For the first saving throw of a spell's attack. So you can be basically hiding in a shadow, spend a few of your sorcerer points, and know that your target is going to be at disadvantage right away. Or you can use quickened. For only 2 points, one action becomes a bonus action. Now this is for spells only. We'll get to spells at the end here, but remember, you can either spend 3 points as a sorcerer to make your enemy at disadvantage for the spell's first saving throw, or you can spend 2 points to make an action being a bonus action. So that way you can fire off a more powerful spell in a quick bonus action and then use your actual action to move around. And for mobility, I relied heavily on the rogue here, which I believe goes to an assassin. So let's move on to the rogue. And as you can see, I have above all the classes, I have like what the actual, like what you get at each level. So you can see like from level 1 all the way up to level 8, the things that you actually gain, it's written up there, but we'll just move down a little bit. So ignore all of the mess on the screen there. So rogue gets a number of things such as proficiencies, which I think the proficiencies and all of this stuff I'm just going to leave out of this. So we're just going to be starting with the actual basic skills of the rogue. So I wrote this really badly here, but you get 1 bonus action a turn for free, and that bonus action can either be a dash, disengage, or hide. So all of those things, dash, disengage, or hide, those are very much the Xenomorph skills. At level 3, when you start branching into the assassin skills, you get advantage on creatures that haven't taken a turn yet. So any that haven't taken a turn yet, you have advantage on, and any hit on a surprised target equals a critical hit. So that's pretty good, isn't it? And then at level 5 you get uncanny dodge, which means you can use your reaction, which is an action I believe, to half the damage from an attack. Now again, with this one, uncanny dodge and evasion, I'm not exactly too sure on the rules, but you probably are, so this probably isn't something I really need to go over. But then at level 7 you get evasion, and I just put fire breath in brackets here just as an example of a spell that evasion works with. So you can evade something like fire breath, and for a dexterity throw success you get no damage, and for a fail you take half. So to summarize, for the rogue, you can make a bonus action for free each turn, and that can be dash, disengage, or hide. You get advantage on creatures that haven't taken a turn yet, and any hit on a surprised creature equals a critical hit. You can use your uncanny dodge as a reaction to half the damage from attacks, or you can use your evasion, which is something that you can use for like a wide area attack, which if you succeed succeed on a dexterity throw means you take no damage, and if you fail means you take only half. So that's some pretty good stuff already with the Sorcerer and the Rogue. Now let's get to the third piece of this puzzle, the Fighter. And again, as I mentioned, there's a bunch of junk up here at the top. That's the actual stuff that you get as you level up. And then, yes, we'll just start with what you get at level 1. You get your Second Wind, which for a bonus action, you can regain 1d10 plus 7 once per rest, which isn't very much, but it's enough to keep you in the game. And then at level 2, you get your Action Surge, which is 1 additional action once per rest. And then at level 3, you get maneuvers, the Battle Master maneuvers, because I think that's what I chose here, the Battle Master. Now it says you get 5 of them. Once again, I could be getting some of this stuff wrong here, but if there are 5 of them, the 5 I chose here are Evasive, Feinting, Lunging, Menacing, and Riposte. So with Evasive, you get a d6 to your armor class, so it's like, I think it's so you have 5 superiority dice, and then you use one of those dice to then use a maneuver. So you have 5 dice and 5 different maneuvers that you can use. And I think when you roll the dice for Evasive, you can add that number to your armor class. When you use Feinting, you get advantage plus a d6, which I think means you get advantage and then maybe the d6 on top of it. I'm not exactly sure. This is a build that I made years ago, so I can't remember all of this, especially with the way I'm feeling today. For lunging, you get plus 5 feet and then plus d6, which I think means maybe you get plus 5 feet reach and then plus a d6 on the attack damage. And then for menacing, I think you can like scare the target. I'm not exactly sure how that works. Again, I made this class years ago and I just wanted to make a quick video for you guys today. And then the last of these battle maneuvers is the Riposte, which is a really cool one. Whenever a creature misses you with a melee attack, you can use the Riposte to get another attack. Now, I messed this next bit up, but you can see there's Know Your Enemy, but then underneath it is what you get at level 5. So what you get at level 5 is you can attack 2 times instead of 1. And then finally at level 7, you get Know Your Enemy. You can spend 1 minute to find out 2 out of these things, either the Strength score, the Dex score, Constitution, Armor, Health, Levels, or Fighter levels. Now, onto the spells and feats. Now with spells and feats, you can get some really interesting things here. I based it all again on the Xenomorphs. So for cantrips, you have Acid Splash, Poison Spray, Blade Ward, True Strike, and Shocking Grasp. At level 1, you have Sleep, which I think would be really powerful. At level 2, you have Spider Climb, Misty Step, and Invisibility, all movement based. For number 3, you have Blink, Water Breathing, and Gaseous Form. So imagine this thing that can run around, turned gaseous form, move through things, has water breathing, it can blink, it can spider climb, misty step, go invisible, can put something to sleep, has its acid spray, and like Blade Ward and True Strike mixed with things like heightened or quickened meta magic from the Sorcerer. You have all of the Battle Master maneuvers such as Evasive, Feinting, Lunging, Menacing, and Riposte. You have 2 attacks instead of 1 from the Fighter. You have Uncanny Dodge and Evasion from the Rogue, plus the ability to have advantage on creatures that haven't taken a turn yet, and any hit on a surprised equals a crit. So that's where all of this Spider Climb, Blink, Gaseous Form, True Strike, Shocking Grasp, I don't know, like Shocking Grasp isn't exactly the best here, but, and as you can see on this side here, there's tons of different things. Oh, and then also there's the feats. Now for the feats, I chose Charger, Mobile, and Sentinel. Now Charger is really cool. I think this kind of really helps complete the picture. When you use an action to dash, you can use a bonus to make a melee or to shove after 10 feet in a straight line, and you can get plus 5 to attack or push 10 feet away. So just to recap for that Charger, when you use an action to dash, you can use a bonus to make a melee or to shove after 10 feet in a straight line. So you have to have dashed at least 10 feet in a straight line, and then I think you get plus 5 to attack or push, and you can push that person 10 feet away. So I think that's a really fun one, especially with the fact that you have the bonus dash, disengage, or hide already from the Rogue, and then you can also use your action surge from the Fighter to use 1 additional action once per rest. rest. So yeah, this charger feat I think is really, really cool. Being able to push people around and things like that, I think it's really cool. And then for mobile, you get plus 10 feet movement. You get to dash through difficult terrain. When you make a melee attack, you don't provoke opportunity attacks from that creature for the rest of the turn, which I think is pretty good. And then for Sentinel, I just had Sentinel, so if something came up into the creature's space, the creature could use its, its Battle Master maneuver, the lunging or the riposte. So with lunging or riposte mixed with Sentinel, it's actually pretty good. When you hit with an opportunity attack, creature speed equals 0 for the rest of the turn, and they can't attack. And I think it says here you can attack all in 5 feet, even if disengaged. Oh, and then there's one more feat at the bottom I missed there, Tavern Brawler. So there's actual 4 feats. There's Charger, Mobile, Sentinel, and Tavern Brawler, which gives you +1 strength. You become proficient unarmed, and every unarmed strike equals a d4. And when hitting unarmed, you can use a bonus to grapple. So with Charger, you can just charge up, and after a little while you can either push them or get a bonus +5 to your attack. With Tavern Brawler, when hitting unarmed, you can just use a bonus to grapple. You have your Sentinel, so that way you can use things like lunging and riposte. To riposte means whenever a creature misses you with a melee attack, you then can use your attack back. So that's the riposte Battle Master maneuver. You mix that with Sentinel, and that way it's super powerful. But you also have the Rogue thing of the bonus to dash, disengage, or hide. Mix that with Tavern Brawler. When hitting unarmed, you can just spend a bonus to grapple. Or the Charger, I think that's really cool, mixed with some of the spells like Blink, Water Breathing, Gaseous Form, Spider Climb, Misty Step, Invisibility, Sleep, Acid Splash, Poison Spray, Blade Ward, True Strike, and Shocking Grasp. So there's not really any weapons here. The main skills would be using your Sorcerer, Black Dragon, Acid. Spend 1 of your Sorcerer points to gain Acid Resistance. Then you fight unarmed. Each of your unarms is a d4. You can bonus to grapple for your Tavern Brawler. Basically just running around, spider climbing, blinking, gaseous forming through things, getting around through terrain, using your Uncanny Dodge, and then using a bonus to hide again from the Rogue. And then once you're hidden, then you can come out and get advantage on creatures that haven't taken a turn yet, and any hit on a surprise equals a critical hit. So I think that's all really, really fun. Or you can use your Sorcerer meta magic. You can either heighten something for 3 points to make the enemy at disadvantage for the spell's first saving throw, or you can spend 2 of your sorcery points to quicken, and that way the one action becomes a bonus action. So I'm not exactly sure which of these takes a bonus, but a Blink, Water Breathing, Gaseous Form, Spider Climb, Misty Step, or Invisibility, those could all turn from an action to a bonus action. And that way you can have your spare bonus from your Rogue, and then mix that with your Charger or your Tavern Brawler action or bonus action. And I think that's really, really interesting, mixed with the fact that if people get up close to you, you can then have Sentinel mixed with your superiority dice from the Battle Master, riposting, lunging, menacing, feinting, or evasive. So I think it's all really, really cool. And then, also I picked 2-weapon fighting for the fighter, because why not? I don't know, because you're already proficient unarmed from Tavern Brawler. So hopefully you can bear with how ugly this piece of paper looks, but everything's there. Everything you need to see is right there for you to read. So I was going to try to do this really, really nice, but I'm just feeling too out of it today. So yeah, there's Riposte, Action Surge, 2 attacks, bonus extra. You have your Sorcerer stuff, heightened, quickened, Acid Blood, your Rogue stuff, bonus dash, disengage, or hide, plus advantage on creatures, or hit being a surprise equals a crit. You can dodge, evasion. You can use your fighter stuff to either be more evasive, more feinting, lunging, menacing, riposte. You can know your enemy for 1 minute. You can pick apart and know details about them, their strength, their dex, constitution, armor levels, HP, their actual level, their fighter level. You get 2 attacks instead of 1 at 5th level for fighter, but you get 7 levels of fighter overall. A bunch of really interesting acid/maneuvering spells, and then you have a few feats: the Charger, Mobile, Sentinel, and Tavern Brawler. So hopefully you thought this was interesting, and if you can come up with a better Xenomorph or Xenomorph in D&D build, then let me know in the comments below. So hopefully you enjoyed this, and thanks for bearing with me. This is just a super rough day, but I wanted to share something with you anyways. So yeah, now you have a build for D&D if you want to be a Xenomorph. Build it yourself, and this is, yeah, you can be a kobold and then have a sorceress black dragon or origin, or you can be a dragonborn, or you can be whatever race you want and then add all this stuff on top of it. So have fun making the story for the character, have fun playing with this, and if you actually do end up using this, let me know in the comments below. I doubt someone will, but hey, maybe someone might find this interesting. So thanks for watching, everyone. If you want some more Dungeons & Dragons build like this, then leave this video a like. Subscribe for daily videos. I make at least one video every single day on this channel, and leave any questions or suggestions in the comments below, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Thanks for watching.